All right, hello everybody. My name is Johnny Vidito. I teach the Wednesday evening HIT. I'm subbing for Jenna's Zumba class today. Unfortunately, I will not be leading you through a Zumba workout this evening. But what I am going to do is kind of have a short, brief class. It's going to be some core and a little bit of stretching. And the main purpose for this video would be you can reference this down the road. So a lot of my classes, we start to run out of time toward the end of our workout. And we tend to have to rush through our stretching and our core work. So you can reference this video down the road if I do or any other instructor runs out of time, or if you want to use this on your own for your own workouts, to have a little core work toward the end. Feel free to do it. I'm going to keep it nice and simple. Do a little core, hit some of the classic moves. It'll be brief. Then we'll stretch, and then that'll be it. Okay, so if you have a mat, place your mat down. I'm just going to use the floor. We're going to grab some ground here. And we're going to do a bunch of time-based movements. We're going to start with a Flutter Kick, and we're going to go from there. I have about 4 movements, which is typical in class, a HIT class that I run. We'll have about 4 movements, and we'll rotate through it 3 or 4 times. In this case, we'll go through it 3 times, and then we'll stretch. So we're going to start with a Flutter Kick. Now on these Flutter Kicks, I want you to think about flattening your back against the floor here, so you can engage your core a little bit. You can put your hands like this under your glutes to help you here, and we're just going to flutter with our feet. Now, to make this a little bit easier, you can go higher, okay? You can also make it even easier as a modification if you want to tap, all right? I'm going to stay right here, and we're just going to flutter throughout this core work. Think positive thoughts, happy thoughts. When we get to those planks, that'll take a little bit of mental toughness. So we're just going to stay fluttering here, clenching our core, trying to keep our lower back flat on the ground if we can. Let's go for about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, from here, we're going to do an oblique crunch. So I'm going to take one of my legs up like so. I'll put my hand behind my head, off hands on the ground. I'm going to crunch elbow to knee. I'm trying to contract this my core, but specifically this side. I'm trying to get my shoulder blade off the ground. So you don't do a full sit-up. I'm looking to get that shoulder blade off the ground and get my belly burning a little bit. Nice and controlled. Big contraction at the top of these oblique crunches. What I don't want you to do, I don't want you to pull on your head. Just have your hand behind your head for support. And we're going to crunch. Big squeeze at the top. Looking to get your belly burning a little bit here. And we'll switch sides in 10 seconds. Big squeeze at the top, nice and controlled. In 3, 2, 1, we'll switch sides here. So same idea, opposite side. Offhand is kind of like a post on the ground. We're crunching up, getting that shoulder blade off the ground. Big squeeze at the top, big squeeze, and control the whole way. I can feel my belly starting to burn a little bit. Let's go 10 more seconds here. 5, 2, 1. Okay, from there, we'll flip on our side here. We'll do a side plank. We'll go side plank, front plank, and then we'll run through that 2 more times. That'll be kind of like a little core circuit that you can reference back to at the end of any of your other workouts down the road. So we'll pop our hips up here. Now on these side planks, you can modify these side planks. You can bend the bottom knee, bridge the hips up, Okay, to make it a little easier, make it a little harder, you can elevate that top leg. I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna stay stacked with my feet, and we're in it. Try to find your balance. You can go hand on head, hand on hip, arms straight up. We're gonna hang out here for a while. Try to keep those hips nice and high. Try to keep your body in a straight line. We're in it here. Might break a sweat before this round is through. 5 seconds left. Okay, hips down. Now you can just turn over. For the sake of this video, I'll switch side here. We'll go other side. Hips up. Finding our balance. Finding our happy place. Embracing a little bit of the discomfort. Squeezing our core. Pretty much forcing our body to contract isometrically to hold our balance here. Find your balance. Stay disciplined in your body, being nice and straight. Fight the urge to let those hips sink. Hips nice and high. Almost there. Give me 5 more seconds. Okay, and down. All right, now we'll go classic plank. Elbows and toes would be the general recommendation, but you can modify this as well by being on the tops of your knees here as a modification and rest as needed. So we're going to go 30 seconds here, see if I can get it clocked. All right, so 30 seconds. We're just hanging out in this plank. We're squeezing our glutes, trying to fight the urge to let my hips sag. We're gonna be in this for another 25 seconds. Staying nice and tight, squeezing, trying to think positive thoughts, trying to go to my happy place while I put myself through a little discomfort here. And I'm looking at time. Let's go 5 more seconds. And rest. Okay, that's 1 round down. So we're going to run that back 2 more times. We'll start from the top. We'll go flutter kicks. And we'll just go from one exercise to the next. Since I've already explained them, we're going to flutter here. Get our bellies to burn up a little bit. Always feels good to finish a workout with a little core work. Feels like a workout's not complete until you've done a little core work at the end for some reason. We're just fluttering here. Nice and fast with our feet. Modify if you need to. We're almost there. Go 5 more seconds. All right, and into our oblique crunch. We'll go 20 seconds, and I'm squeezing at the top. Trying to get that elbow to my knee, but I'm not laboring to do so, and I'm not sacrificing the technique I already have. I'm not yanking on my neck. I'm trying to remind myself not to yank on my neck. Nice and controlled, big squeeze at the top. Give me 5 seconds here. And switch legs and sides here. Elbow to knee, squeeze at the top. Your belly might be burning up. Starting to feel a little burn. Good quality movements. Five seconds here. Perfect. All right, pick a side for your side plank. We're gonna run that side plank back. Here we go, and up. Find my balance. Feel a nice straight line. Think happy thoughts. We're in it. Let's go 5 more seconds. All right, down and switch sides. And hips up. Good, and this core workout is not meant to destroy you or be super, super challenging. It's meant to be coupled with a different workout in the future if possible. So feel free to use this going forward. Let's go 5 more seconds.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
And down. Ooh, I was shaking a little bit on that one. And here we go. Classic plank. Bows and toes. Or modify if you need to. Let's go 30 seconds. Squeezing my glutes. Trying not to cheat this exercise. The planks are a classic core move. If you're someone that's strong, you should be able to do a plank without too much trouble, but they're also a good way to strengthen your core as well. So if you want to get a stronger core, you should plank too. We're getting there. Let's go 5 more seconds. And rest. Okay, we're going to run through that one more time. So we'll flutter, oblique crunch, and then go through a circuit of planks, and we'll stretch here. So from the top, we're fluttering. Now, there's different variations that can make this more difficult down the road. For our flutters, we could reach. That would make this a little more difficult. So if this is not challenging enough for you today or down the road, you go with a reach. Let's go 5 more seconds. And rest. Okay, now let's go to our oblique crunch. We're just crunching nice and controlled. Now I usually pair a bicycle crunch, like so, and this oblique crunch as a modification for that cycle crunch. So I would say it would be safe to say that if this becomes too easy, or if you want to pair those two things together, the cycle crunch and the oblique crunch, they pair well together. We're getting there. Okay, and let's switch sides. Last bit of crunches here before we hit that last circuit of planks. My belly's burning a little bit. I think I'm glistening with a little bit of sweat. Go 5 more seconds. 1 more crunch. Okay, and we'll go plank, last bit of planks. Start with our side plank here. And go. Now these planks are something you can try and improve on your own in terms of timing yourself. Maybe you start off like with today, we're staying between 20 and 30 seconds of plank time per side. As you get better, try to move from 20 to 25 seconds to 30 seconds till eventually trying to do a minute on each side. Hips down, switch sides. And hips up. So once you're able to do 1 minute per side, you're in good shape. That's not an easy thing to do. But all the while, make sure that you're maintaining good technique with your planks and all movements as well. The quality movements always work better in the long run, even though they're usually more difficult to 10 more seconds. Got a little bonus time there. 3, 2, 1. Hips down. Okay, last little bit. We'll go classic plank. We'll go 30 seconds on this plank. Ready and go. I'm just going to keep talking. So, a lot of, I don't want to say this, but a lot of fitness assessments will use this classic plank as kind of like a judge on your core muscular endurance and strength. So they have charts that'll kind of give you an idea of where you're at. So if you test yourself out on a plank, you can go see how you measure up. Let's go 5 more seconds. Based on how long you lasted, kind of give you a starting point. And rest. Okay, we're going to sit our hips we're going to stretch a little bit. We'll sit our hips all the way back into this position here. Now what we're going to do, and what I like to do, is pair this stretch here with my ankles and hips and lower back with a chest opener. And what that looks like is you're going to reach one arm out at any angle, and you can do this at multiple angles. I'm just going to show you one. And I'm going to put my head on the ground and drive my armpit into the ground. I'm kind of pulling my arm here. This is going to give me a pretty good chest stretch. I stole this move from Sonny Webster, who's an Olympic weightlifter from, I think he's from the UK. So shout out to him. This is a good chest opener if you're someone that does any weightlifting or front squatting in that front rack position. This is helpful. If you don't know what that is, this is just a good stretch for your chest and shoulder. So like I said, you can take this at different angles. Feels nice, opens up your chest. I'm sitting down all day at a computer. Okay. All right, from there, let's go long adductor stretch, one of my favorite stretches. So if you've ever been in any of my classes, this is a staple. So we'll go one leg out. I'm going to sit my hips back. I'm going to feel a pretty significant stretch in my groin and my adductor muscles here, but I'm generally just tight. So I feel stretches pretty easily. I'm going to try and relax. My body wants to tense up while I stretch. I'm going to try and relax and breathe. And feel that stretch so my body knows to let go of the tension. Okay, I could sit there all day. That feels nice. Switch legs. Sit on back. Feel the stretch in your groin. My right groin is way tighter than my left. Trying to relax that leg as I stretch it. Continuing to breathe. Big breath. We never want to hold our breath when we're stretching. Let the expansion of the inhale assist with your stretch. Okay. From there, we'll go with the classic hip flexor stretch. I'm going to go one leg out. I guess maybe better this way for you. I'm just going to go hands behind my back, chest nice and proud, and kind of sink into this hip flexor stretch. I'm going to contract my glutes, and I should feel a stretch here. I should feel a stretch right here on my hip flexor. And most people are pretty tight here, myself included, from sitting down. So sitting down at the desk will make my hip flexors want to stay shortened because they are shortened in a seated position. And it will also make my chest nice and tight, which I don't want just by the nature of sitting. So chest openers coupled with hip openers, hip flexor stretches, Always good for you, good for your posture and your movements. Switch legs. And sometimes I'll stretch out my hip flexors and chest. Generally always will stretch out my chest before I do any exercise. And I know there's debates on should I stretch before I exercise or only after and what's best. What's going to cause more injury? It really comes down to the individual person. So if you're someone that's tight like me, like myself, I benefit from a nice static stretch before doing certain things. Now, I'm not going to static stretch for an hour and then immediately lift weights, but I'll do a brief static stretch, open my chest up a little bit. Okay, from that hip flexor position, we're just going to hang out in a super deep squat. Oh, my ankles are tight. Okay, I'm going to put my elbows inside my knees and shove my knees out. I'm going to try to have a nice proud chest if I can. I'm just going to breathe. I'm going to try to stay nice and flat on my feet. So my heels are on the ground here. I'm sitting in a full squat. This movement or position here, if you struggle with this is a good one to practice. This will help build your squat to a nice, at least have a decent technique in your squat. Okay, we'll stand on up. We'll get nice and wide in our legs. And today, fortunately, I haven't sweat all over the ground, so I don't have any slipping hazards. We'll go all the way down the middle here. You can let your hands hang or you can touch the ground. I'm going to kind of even sit. I'm trying to lengthen out my spine, even sit my butt back a little further. And I can feel the stretch throughout both my legs. I'm going to walk my arms over to my right side. Sit back. And let's go to the left side. Back to the middle. Okay. Let's go feet together, or at least close to each other. We'll just kind of let our arms hang. I'm real tight in my lower back. I can feel it there, and my hamstrings. Let those hands hang, or you can go cross arm, head down, and just breathe. If you can touch your toes, go for it. Okay, we'll tuck our chin and stand on up. We'll go with a tricep stretch here. You can grab your elbow. You can grab your hand. You can push back. I'm going to go elbow. Okay, switch arms. All right. The last thing we'll do is just a big reach to the ceiling. I'm trying to reach the ceiling. I'm trying to bring my chest to the ceiling nice and proud. Arms up in a power pose here. Okay, relax your arms. All right, that's it for my sub class today. We did a little brief core workout, planks, flutters, oblique crunches. We did a little bit of a prolonged stretch. So feel free to reference back this video for any of your workouts if you want an indoor portion where you can just get some core work in, get some stretching in. And that's all I have for today. Please tune in on Wednesday at 4 p.m. I'll be back, same place, and we'll do another round of HIIT. Can we burn 500 calories in 30 minutes? We got 486 last time. By we, I mean I did. So hopefully we can get to 500. I look forward to seeing you Wednesday. Have a great day.